What is up, ninjas? My name is OJ and welcome to the Village of PlayerEssence, where we discuss all the latest gaming news and topics, especially if you love that sweet Nintendo goodness. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So NiER Automata has went gold. So what that means is the game is actually completely finished. It's wrapped up. They sent it off to that factory to print off those discs to ship out and ready to go to retailers. The game is done. Not sure if there's going to be DLC, but if you know a Platinum Games title, there is so much content in there. A lot of their games don't even need DLC, and if they do it, it's something in an incredible fashion. So I'm actually really excited for this game. I definitely will be picking up the PlayStation 4 version of it, since it will be coming out first. It seems like the PC version is going to be a little bit later in 2017. We don't really know at this point, but NiER Automata will be launching on the PlayStation 4 on February 23rd, and in North America on March 7th, and then in Europe on March 10th. So I'll be picking it up on March 7th when it launches here in North America, and I am super excited for this game because Platinum has always made these memorable experiences that you can really just remember for a long time. I remember every single Platinum Games title I've played, and I remember it vividly, even going back to Mad World, Anarchy Reigns, Vanquish, all of these games I remember so much. Bayonetta 2, you always remember a Platinum Games title, especially when it's developed by their A-tier teams. So I'm really looking forward to this one, and I can't wait to play it and stream it for you guys when I get the opportunity around March 7th or so. So good stuff there. Go out there and support Platinum Games if you want to see more titles like this. Alright, moving on. Hideo Kojima, formerly of Konami and the Metal Gear Solid creator, has shared his thoughts on the Nintendo Switch. So here's what he had to say on the matter. Quote, "You might be familiar with the fact that for a previous game that I did, we had a specification that we called transferring, where you could take the save data from the PS Vita and move it over to the PS3 and back and forth like that. I believe the Switch is an extension of that idea. The fact that you can play something at home and take it outside. This is the gamer's dream. The Switch is an evolution of that. For example, often when you buy a Blu-ray disc, it'll have a code on the inside for the digital version. So in the same respect, you can watch it at home and then take it on the go on your tablet and smartphone. This is how movies and TV are moving, and this is how games should go. I feel like cloud technology is what everything will eventually move to. It's further behind right now, and I think where people thought it would be at this point, but I think it'll go there. And when the infrastructure is ready, you'll be able to play everything on every device, anywhere. The Switch is the predecessor to this step." So I have to 100% agree with him. I do remember the transferring, but what I remember about that is that it was very clunky and it was not as smooth as just basically plopping out a system than having that same game. It was different devices, it was set up in a certain way. Transferring was not a seamless experience. You had to do things and set it up beforehand, and the worst part, it was multiple devices. It wasn't something to where you had your PS Vita and you have it at home and then you can hook it up and then you can play it right then and there, then you can just have it on your PS3 and it's like instant. It was stuff that you actually had to transfer the data. The Nintendo Switch actually removes a lot of the technical terms behind it and just says, well, this is just the device. It's not really setting up anything. Now there's the tech in the dock that makes you switch, and that's Nintendo's experimentation that they did with the Wii U as far as beaming something to a screen and having it on the TV. I definitely think that Nvidia and Nintendo worked together with the tech that they had on Wii U in order to make this system possible with the OS and with the games. I mean, there's so many things that go into it that people don't really see, that gamers really just don't see. So I do think that it's a little bit different, but I understand where he's coming from, and I think that Nintendo, in terms of what they're doing, they can really integrate this into a lot of other things. I've been playing Fire Emblem Heroes a lot, and I can play that pretty much seamlessly on any device that I have. So the whole transferring thing, but mobile gaming is doing it pretty well, to where you have a game on one Android device, like let's say an Nvidia Shield tablet, and then you can take it on your Android smartphone too and play the same game, and it's really quick. And then you can play the same game, it transfers over really quickly. So I do see what he's saying, and I do feel that that's definitely moving towards the future. I just hope that Nintendo someday incorporates everything, and I think that Nintendo, believe it or not, is actually ahead of the curve when it comes to some of these things. I know that they have cloud technology, and I know that they could potentially be using it. I mean, we see it for Fire Emblem, so hopefully they incorporate that into the Nintendo Switch as well at some point down the line. Alright, and lastly, due to fan request, I have to be talking about this because some people feel that Retro Studios is hinting at a Metroid Prime game because of what they put on Twitter. So Per Schneider, of course, you guys know, one of the big men over at IGN, longtime Nintendo podcaster, all that stuff, big Nintendo fan, obviously, and he runs the Nintendo voice chat over there with Jose Otero and Brian Altano. So he basically tagged Retro Studios saying, hey, Retro Studios, what game are you making? We old people want to know. And he tagged a bunch of other people as well that he works with. And Retro Studios said something delicious. And in this picture, I think it showed like beans and beef, but it also showed like prime rib. Really nice, succulent, and juicy prime rib. And that led people's minds to go, wow, what, prime rib? Metroid Prime? Confirmed? 2017? Wow! Like that caused some people to freak out on Twitter. People were tagging me and saying, hey, OJ, did you see this? Got emails, all sorts of stuff. And look, guys, there's been some rumors out there that Retro isn't working on Metroid Prime, but maybe they are right and wrong, the rumors. Maybe they have one team working on Metroid Prime, and then they have another team not working on Metroid Prime, because Shigeru Miyamoto has actually said that Retro is big enough to have multiple projects. So maybe one of those teams that's been leaking something, maybe it's been them saying, you know, yeah, we're working on something different. But then in the shadows, the other main Retro Studios team is working on a brand new Metroid Prime. Now, here's my thoughts personally, okay, is that Retro is working on a Metroid Prime game. And then I think they have a second team working on a new IP. Now, I don't know if I'm right, I don't know if I'm wrong, I don't know the case. Those are just my personal thoughts on the matter, because I think with the Nintendo Switch, this type of system, with this type of graphical power that it has and what it can do, you really need to show off, and I think Metroid Prime would be one of the perfect titles, in addition to Zelda and Mario and Splatoon. They got a lot of titles, but I think maybe in that 2018 slot, we can see a Metroid Prime. Maybe we see it this year, and it comes out early next year, and I would really love for that to happen. I think Retro can do a fantastic job, although I would love to see the Metroid gameplay evolve. We've seen Mario go back to the sandbox, we've seen Zelda go to completely open world. I would love to see some type of changing of conventions for the Metroid Prime franchise as well, whether that is bigger open worlds or that is more of an evolution of the gameplay where you collect equipment, kind of like a la The Legend of Zelda, and they added a little bit more depth to the gameplay experience. It can really push more people, just like the GameCube kind of pushed what the tech could do and what people thought was available, the limits of what a Nintendo first-party developer can do. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they actually have. There's something delicious, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the matter in the comment section below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks, and everything in gaming. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys for the next video. Peace.